So today we're going to show you how to measure for a butcher block countertop. For this example, we've already removed the old countertop, and so we have a real nice cabinet base to measure from. That's not always going to be the situation. A lot of people want to measure, order, and have the new one there in the house before they remove the old one. If you like the size of your existing top, you can just measure that and order it exact. That's pretty easy to do. But if for some reason you want to make your top bigger or you want to change a little bit of the layout on your island, then we recommend removing the old top, making your measurements, maybe putting the old top back until your new top comes in, and then placing your order that way. So we have the old countertop gone. We're going to put our tape here, measure the length. See here we have a 72-inch wide, so a 6-foot long island. Our width is going to be, so we're 24 3/4 on the width. Okay, so we have our length is 72 inches, our width is 24 3/4. Now that's our exact measurements. So most likely you do not want your countertop to be a perfect match to your island. Usually there's an overhang. So I'm going to show you how to do that overhang. And there's a little bit of wiggle room as far as preference of what you like, but I'll show you some options here about how we do that. So a pretty standard overhang is 1.5 inches. But I would recommend a minimum on the edge of your countertop. So on the very edge of your countertop, I would recommend a minimum of 1/2 inch, as much as 3 inches. Now the front, this is a pretty standard measurement across the industry. It's usually 1.5 inches. And the reason that is your drawer face. Your drawer is 3/4 inch. So usually we double that so the countertop will stick out about 3/4 inch in front of your drawer. What we love about kitchen islands is it's a place to gather. And so in our house, our whole family gathers around the kitchen, around the island as mom cooks, and we have conversations about our day. So you're going to find most islands these days have a bar as a part of them. So if you have a bar as a part of your island, or you would like a bar, we're going to show you how to measure, how to properly lay that overhang so that the butcher block is supported as part of the design. So if you want to go up to about 9 inches, we recommend it's fine not to have a corbel. So in this counter, that would be 34 3/4. That would be a fine length not to add a corbel. But if you want to go further than that, a common overhang measurement is 12 inches. So if you go that far, we would recommend to add a corbel as you cross that 9-inch mark for your overhang. A lot of that is dependent on the thickness of the island and the type of the wood that you use, but generally we would recommend that you would get a corbel if the overhang is more than 9 inches. Okay, so again, for this countertop, we're going to be at 72 inches on our cabinet base, and our overhang is going to be 12 inches going forward. So we install 2 corbels on the outside. They're 10 inches each. And we curve these so that you don't hit your knee when you slide in. But we would recommend corbels every 4 to 6 feet, depending on the length of your countertop, the species of wood, and the thickness. So we'd be happy to recommend something for your particular use. But here we found that 2 would be sufficient on a 6-foot countertop. All right, so that's it. That's installed. Now it's properly secured down, and what we've done is we've allowed the wood to move this way horizontally, but we're not allowing the wood to cup up. So that's why we drilled the pilot hole, the larger hole, and the pilot hole to go through it. So again, to allow the wood room to move, but not to cup up. That's the beauty of butcher block countertops.